New body camera footage showing the response to an unusual and scary situation, a rare and deadly alligator attack.
Sabrina Peckham was killed last September, but it wasn't until months later that investigators determined she died of an animal attack, not foul play. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joins us now live in the Tampa News Center with the details from this new report. Georgia.
Jen and Keith, the report details the circumstances surrounding this rare but deadly encounter, shedding light on the risks posed by Florida's native wildlife.
Hey, watch them, watch them. That one did it for sure.
Body camera video shows the moment Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission shot an alligator that attacked and killed Sabrina Peckham last September.
Now, that's bigger than 10 feet, buddy.
But let's start from the beginning. Investigators went looking for the gator in the brush on McKay Street where Peckham, who was homeless, was living.
Game wardens, we're just here about the alligator.
Investigators are not exactly sure where or when Peckham was attacked.
There's the camp where her ID was found. Doesn't appear to be any signs of an alligator having come up in here.
But FWC investigator Rich Stefano says one thing they do know, it did not happen at Peckham's campsite.
This is going to be in reference to the alligator incident on the 22nd. Road up there is Omerton, on the other side is Ridgecrest Park, and this is the canal the alligator was in.
This map from FWC shows the canal that connects two lakes to McKay Creek.
So now it actually makes sense that there was a big gator where she was, because there's big gators in between. And this canal is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Peckham's daughter says her mother was on the street and was struggling, but she still wonders how she came in contact with a 13 and 9.5 foot gator.
She was trying to survive out there, which is the main purpose that she was, out there. She was just trying to stay off the streets to where she wouldn't be arrested, and she was just trying to live.
While attacks are rare, alligator trapper Phil Walters says people should view this tragic attack as a warning.
Always be aware of your surroundings. Let that predator know, stare it down. That oftentimes will stop an attack.
And FWC says there have been 3 people killed by an alligator in Pinellas County, including the victim, Sabrina Peckham. Live in the Tampa News Center, Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
There's new information tonight about the death of a man in Taylor Park in Largo. Now, the police department now say 47-year-old Sean McGinnis was missing 3 limbs when officers found him, and the alligator that attacked him is still on the loose.
Police believe he was the victim of an alligator attack, but an autopsy has not yet confirmed that. 8 on your side's Jeff Patterson joining us now live from Largo.
Good evening, Josh and Allison. Well, Sean McGinnis knew the dangers well here. People who know McGinnis say he was homeless and earned a living by pulling discs from disc golfers out of this lake. Today we learned his death is having an impact on those disc golfers.
He's in the water right now.
47-year-old Sean McGinnis had been warned to stay out of the water many times. Now Largo police have revealed when officers first found his body by Taylor Lake, he was missing 3 limbs. Disc golf is popular here, and this group is just visiting the Bay Area. Some of the group are from Georgia, and one from Charleston, South Carolina. And even though they don't live here, they were well aware of the suspected gator attack.
We heard that a guy came out here and was digging around for some discs, and an unfortunate event occurred where a gator got after him.
It's changed their thoughts on retrieving errant discs that go into the lake.
We kind of came to the conclusion of we're just not going to get in the water.
While we were at the lake, 2 men on a boat were using a net to get disc out of the water. Chris Jordan uses a 20-foot telescoping metal pole to retrieve his disc.
Saves you from getting bit from a snake, alligator bite, bunch of different things like that, but very useful to have in your bag.
Because he says the danger involved in going into the water to get a disc is not worth it.
I would just leave it. I mean, they're only 10, 20 bucks. It's not worth your life.
The FWC tells us their investigation into McGinnis's death is still ongoing. The FWC says licensed trappers did pull 2 alligators out of Taylor Lake the day that they found McGinnis's body, but a later investigation revealed those alligators were not involved in the attack on McGinnis, so it's conceivable the alligator that was involved is still out there. Live in Largo, Jeff Patterson, 8 on your side.
County this morning, a woman recovering from an alligator attack.
First responders say she has serious injuries from that bite. 8 on your side's Beth Rousseau live with how neighbors are reacting and how this woman is doing. Hi, Beth.
Hey, Avery and Melissa. So yeah, leaders with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, they say this 77-year-old was bitten by an alligator while walking near a pond in Bradenton. We talked to neighbors in the area and they say yes, they do see alligators in the area quite often, but not normally any that are this aggressive.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
These are the moments FWC says trappers captured the 8-foot gator that attacked a woman in Bradenton.
It's very unusual to see that happen.
Neighbors in the Del Webb Lakewood Ranch community say alligators in the area are the norm.
I have small gators in my pond. They move around all the time, so they may be in the pond for a day or two and then they're gone somewhere else.
Leaders with FWC tell us the 77-year-old was walking by a pond on Ellsworth Avenue when she was bitten, sending her to the hospital with serious injuries. They say someone who witnessed the attack was able to keep an eye on the gator until the trapper arrived.
I've lived here 5 years and I've never had one approach anywhere near me.
Now community members say they'll be keeping a closer eye out when they're near the water. And FWC says that they are very confident that the gator they trapped is the one that's responsible for this attack. We're going to be checking in with that local hospital throughout the day just to see how this 77-year-old is recovering. We'll keep you updated. We're live this morning. Beth Russo, 8 on your side.
Well, we have been reporting recently on a number of alligator sightings, like this massive 12-foot gator that was captured on a pathway near a school in Pinellas County earlier this week. This gator, like many others, did not like being removed. So now we're seeing what it's like for the men and women who get paid to handle the situations like this. News Channel 8's Chloe Sparks shows us what it takes to be an alligator trapper.
When in Florida, it's not completely unusual to see an alligator in the wild. Today, we're taking you with some local trappers to catch one. When duty calls.
He's not getting off this. This is lariat for livestock.
Rob up the Grove answers.
I'm a nuisance alligator trapper for the state of Florida.
He and Julie Harder work together to keep gator threats in our area away from the public. They've been doing it for decades.
It varies by season, time of year, and that kind of thing, but 9 in a 24-hour period is my record.
This threat needed to be out of the river at John B. Sargent Park in Thanota-Sassa ASAP, according to the park rangers. This is a place where people fish, kayak, and canoe.
It was dangerous. It came right to us, which means somebody's been feeding it, and that's what makes the alligator dangerous in Florida when he's fed by humans.
The trappers are calling this guy Sargent.
He's 9 foot. I knew he was at least 8 foot, but till you put a tape measure on him, you really don't know how big they are. I'm not a carpenter.
The estimated 2 hours it took to get Sargent out of the river and into the truck was apparently quick compared to most catches in locations like this and as big as Sargent is.
With the population growth of Florida, and especially Hillsborough County, they've just got to understand that, you can't, I don't care if he's 2 foot or 10 foot, you cannot feed the gator. He loses his fear of people.
This capture wasn't the easiest because it started on a pier, but Sargent came right up almost right away.
Your adrenaline's kicked in. His adrenaline's kicked in because now all of a sudden he's not the king anymore. And so you have to be conscious of your safety and harm of the alligator and any residents that be around. So you got variables that you have to work with while you're catching alligator in the public.
Afterwards, there's a choice to sell the gator for the meat and skin or take it to an alligator farm. And lucky for this guy, he's big enough to go to the alligator farm for everyone to see. Reporting from John B. Sargent's Park, Chloe Sparks, 8 on your side.
And here is a video of Sargent being dropped off at his new home. We are told he will be sharing the pond with another alligator named MLK, who was found last month on MLK Boulevard in Seffner.